Fermín López to Chelsea, the £34.6 million bid, Barcelona's stance, and major transfer decision. Chelsea's transfer window has been nothing short of chaos and ambition rolled into one. Enzo Marresca, still fresh in his tenure as head coach, has already seen the squad reshaped in ways that would leave most managers dizzy. First came the arrival of Alejandro Garnacho from Manchester United, then the capture of Facundo Buonanotte from Brighton, and now, in what could be the biggest move yet, Chelsea are pushing for Fermín López, Barcelona's midfield prodigy. The move, however, has immediately run into complications, politics, and a tug-of-war between Chelsea's financial muscle and Barcelona's determination to protect one of their brightest La Masia gems. The timing of the move. Chelsea's interest in Fermín López comes at a moment of need and opportunity. Their 2-0 victory over Fulham at Stamford Bridge, sealed with goals from João Pedro and Enzo Fernandez, should have been a night of celebration. Instead, it turned into another injury headache for Marresca, as Liam Delap suffered a hamstring tear. Already missing Cole Palmer through a groin injury, Chelsea suddenly found themselves thin in attacking depth. Though Nicholas Jackson's proposed move to Bayern Munich collapsed because of Delap's injury, Chelsea's recruitment team immediately pivoted, looking not just for cover, but for game changers. Enter Fermín López. The proposal, £34.6 million on the table. According to Fabrizio Romano, Chelsea wasted no time. Within hours of their win against Fulham, an official written proposal landed in Barcelona's offices. Chelsea's offer, €40 million, £34.6 million. Barcelona's response, immediate resistance. Barcelona's stance was firm, no plans to sell Fermín López this summer. For Chelsea, the bid represented both ambition and strategy. López, who has risen rapidly under Xavi Hernandez, embodies the kind of high-energy, technically brilliant midfielder Marresca craves. At just 20 years old, he has already scored decisive goals for Barcelona in La Liga and the Champions League. But Barcelona's refusal was predictable. The Catalans see López as part of their future, a homegrown talent in the mold of Pedri, Gavi, and Lamine Yamal, players who represent more than football ability, they are symbols of Barcelona's identity. Barcelona's position, the politics of La Masia. Barcelona's refusal to negotiate was not only about the fee. With their fragile financial situation, one might expect Barcelona to cash in on offers like Chelsea's. Yet López falls into a different category. Selling him would be seen as another betrayal of La Masia's legacy, something fans and critics alike have accused the club of in recent years. Sources in Spain suggest that Xavi Hernandez personally intervened to make the club's position clear: Fermín López is not for sale. The only way a move could happen is if the player himself forces the issue and asks to leave. That decision now lies with López, and this is where the story becomes complicated. The player's dilemma. For Fermín López, the decision is not straightforward. At Barcelona, he is loved, valued, and developing in one of the most historic environments in world football. Yet at the same time, opportunities for consistent starts are limited. With Pedri, Gavi, De Jong, Gundogan, and others ahead of him in midfield rotations, López often finds himself used sparingly or asked to play in positions that don't maximize his strengths. Chelsea's pitch is very different. At Stamford Bridge, he would walk into a team desperate for creativity and dynamism. Marresca's system, built on verticality, pressing, and attacking midfielders who can break lines, suits López perfectly. He would be offered minutes, responsibility, and a starring role, something Barcelona cannot guarantee right now. For a 20-year-old, the prospect of becoming the centerpiece of a Premier League project is tempting. Chelsea's transfer master plan. The López pursuit is not happening in isolation. Chelsea's recruitment under Marresca has been laser-focused on young, technically gifted attackers. Garnacho offers explosive pace, Buonanotte adds guile, and now López would bring creativity and versatility. Chelsea insiders believe that securing López would complete their attacking rebuild, giving Marresca three profiles of players who can rotate and adapt across his tactical structure. The strategy is clear: build a squad not just for today, but for the next 5 years. López, at 20, fits perfectly into that vision. The Barcelona fear, another Cesc Fabregas? Barcelona fans know this story all too well. The fear of losing Fermín López echoes memories of Cesc Fabregas, who left La Masia for Arsenal as a teenager and blossomed into one of the Premier League's best midfielders before eventually returning to Camp Nou. There is a sense in Catalonia that Chelsea's approach is another attempt by England's elite to pluck away Barcelona's future before it fully matures. And unlike years past, Barcelona's weakened financial state leaves them vulnerable to such raids. What happens next? Chelsea's initial £34.6 million bid is unlikely to be enough. Barcelona may not want to sell, but money always talks. If Chelsea return with an improved offer, perhaps closer to £50 million, and if Fermín López signals to his agents that he is open to a Premier League adventure, the balance could shift. For now, Barcelona maintain their stance. López is theirs. He is part of their project. The only way the story changes is if the player himself decides his career trajectory lies away from Camp Nou. Chelsea, meanwhile, are watching closely. With the clock ticking toward Monday's transfer deadline, the Blues know they may need to act fast, decisively, and with a sense of persuasion that goes beyond numbers on a contract. The final word. Fermín López represents more than just another signing. For Chelsea, he could be the J. Alejandro Garnacho denied dream Chelsea welcome gift as Enzo Maresca handed new challenge. Alejandro Garnacho's move to Chelsea is finally complete. After months of speculation, failed attempts, and behind-the-scenes negotiations, the 21-year-old Argentine winger has swapped Old Trafford for Stamford Bridge in a £40 million transfer that could reshape the Premier League landscape. Yet, despite the fanfare and excitement surrounding his arrival, Garnacho's dream start in blue has hit a surprisingly personal stumbling block: his shirt number. 8-month pursuit finally ends. Chelsea's interest in Garnacho was no secret. The West London club first made approaches in January, sensing an opportunity when Manchester United began to show signs of unrest between the player and then-boss Ruben Amorim. Back then, United resisted firmly, turning away offers and insisting the Argentina international was part of their long-term plans. Garnacho himself continued to feature regularly, playing in every Europa League knockout round until the final, when Amorim controversially dropped him to the bench. That decision marked a turning point. By the end of the season, the writing was on the wall. Garnacho was left out of United's matchday squad on the final Premier League weekend, omitted entirely from their pre-season tour to the United States, and eventually